So, children, we'll talk about fact of life or the basis of life today. Society runs on children give and take. This give and take doesn't involve money over here, children, but we are talking about rights and duties. Even if you come down to the last or the first chain of the society, that is our family, our household, there also we have certain rights and we have certain duties. You are at home these days doing your online classes. You are away from the mainstream of the life, but that doesn't mean that life is not happening. Life is happening in the meantime, and apart from your studies, there are other things also, other responsibilities also you must be managing, helping out your parents, so to speak. So this is how life runs. Your parents are supposed to, they are responsible to give you certain things, to nurture you properly, but at the same time you are also supposed to cooperate with them. You are also supposed to add to it. And we are talking about rights and duties. You have rights, you have certain duties to perform, and I think that is very clear to all of you. There is no confusion. It's not that in any of the household your parents had to write and hang it somewhere, any name, say, if I'll take any name, and if that name is there in the class, you will feel bad about it. So my dear son or daughter, these are the duties you have to perform, and these are the responsibilities which we have. We don't do it like this, but we know, this is understood that this will happen. They did something for you, you have to say thank you, and in return, like mom served food for everybody, you're supposed to help out laying down the table, and then again when food is over, dinner or lunch is over, then again those things have to be removed and you help out. All of us help out. In fact, fathers also, they help out. It's not that it's a gender bias or something. But rights and duties, these two words are very clear to you. Unfortunately, in case of our country, I have taught you fundamental right. You have done this whole chapter in the previous classes also. Rights were given to us in 1950 and duties reached us in 1976. Constitution makers completely forgot to add on this aspect also, that if country is giving something, then country expects something in return. That's how, and there are no, those kinds of rules that if you don't follow this, then a punishment follows. At home, if you recall, that if you don't do anything, then obviously that picnic cannot last for days. Within a day or two, somebody will object that, excuse me, what is this? You're not taking care of yourself, or you're not following the rules of the house. Though they cannot send you to a police station that he is not following the rules or she is not following the rules of the house. But in case of our country, this is where we went wrong. This list of 10 fundamental duties reached us in 1976, Article 51A, through an amendment. Right from 1950 till 1976, they were allowed to do whatever they wanted to do. Parks were maintained by government, parks were made, and people were allowed to, ransack it. They broke the gates, they broke the swings. It is not public property you have done and private property you have done in class 6 only it started. From class 6 when civics started, then this public property and private property started. So wasn't it the duty of these people that when government has given them certain facility, then it is their duty to take care of it? Here, children, I would like you to research about Japan and see how the Japanese live. They do not have any natural resource, children. I believe you can recall Hiroshima and Nagasaki. They do not have, I repeat, any natural resource. Entirely, whatever their country is doing, they have to depend on the work, hard work which their people do. They import everything they eat, but they earn so much of money making use of what their countrymen, like the whole world, in fact swears on the technology or the equipment which Japanese make. If something is made up in Japan, you can be 100% sure that this will be, perfect. So this kind of, high moral values, they have been instilled in them, not by the government, I must say, but those people are, that aware. We all know when we are on staircase, a very simple example I am giving you. From one side you have to come down, from the other side you have to go up, so that there is no disturbance. Close your eyes and recall any staircase in your country. There will be halla below, there can be stampede. But in Japan, they know. From one side they are going up, from one side they are coming down, and there's nobody, no policing is happening. So this kind of, thing lacks in our country, and any point of time we can begin. If we alone, we have to take responsibility of ourselves only. I will take my responsibility that I'll go by rules. I go by rules. I whole my life I have done that, and I am happy. I never had to face any problem because of the rules which I followed. So if we take, when we are reading this right now, if we take our responsibility, our own, which we want to change the whole world, this should happen, that should happen, enough of that. I have to do this we have to say today. So take charge, your own charge. That I'll not indulge myself in wrong things, because this is wrong. Just because, when you were this big, God is watching was very clear to you. Now it's on your convenience. If you want God is watching, God is watching. If you don't want God is watching, God is not watching. It cannot happen. So, duties are as important as rights. In fact, without rights, there is no meaning of these duties. On page 135, you see the list of duties given. There are 11 duties mentioned over here. 11th one, I'll read out. It is the duty of a parent or a guardian to provide opportunities for education to his child, as the case may be, reward between the age of 6 and 14 years. This was added when right to education was made fundamental right in 2002. Otherwise, from our originally in 1976, part 4 of the Constitution, Article 51A, we had received 10 fundamental duties. They are very simple to understand. I will not read out them. It is your duty to do them. I would say. I will discuss first one with you. I want you to go through these, and you will be writing an answer also. How do you feel about it? And be honest about it. Are you doing your duties properly? Read the list, and then only you will understand. And if not, don't you think you should do it? What do you think you will write in that answer? But I'll discuss A with you. To abide, page 135, first column. To abide by the Constitution and respect its ideal and institutions, the national flag and the national anthem. I'll talk about only national anthem, 52 seconds. And we have to stand straight in the respect of our country, flag, and those countrymen who laid down their lives for us. Be honest, children, and answer yourself. Do you do that? Or do all of those people, those who are around you, didn't you find any one who falters? And is there any punishment? That if you don't respect national anthem, this will happen. Have you ever heard it? It has been left on us, our morality. That we should do this. And should spoil everything, so to speak. So think on these things, and I would suggest read it, and you will come to know what I am talking about when you read the homework. Now, importance of fundamental rights. To make the citizens aware of their social and economic obligations, government has done its part. Now it's on us. What are our social and what are our economic duties? To warn them to do or not to do certain things in the interest of their country, fellow citizens, and themselves. Did you see in the COVID condition, policemen had to tell people to wear masks, as if they're like, if you will wear mask, then my life will be saved. Something like that. We have come down to this level. To protect and awaken the people to their cultural heritage. I believe you all must have seen one example only I'll give. You must have gone to many those archaeological sites and people write their names. They love to do graffiti on the walls of our ancient Indian heritage. This is the kind of attachment we have with our country. And they feel good about it, They do it and they feel proud about it, no matter how much is written. You'll be surprised, children. I don't know how many of you have visited Jallianwala Bagh. Amritsar I am talking about. You all will be able to recall April 1919 when this massacre happened because of General Dyer. In Jallianwala Bagh, they have put up a signboard, that this is not a park. You cannot play cricket here. You cannot fly kites. You do not come here for picnic. That mud still has stains of, though they are not there visible, but you can see them, feel them, that hundreds of people, they laid down their lives over there. Are we that insensitive? Yes. That's why that signboard had to be put. To tame the unruly elements in the society. Don't do this. Don't, no parking is written, and right there you will see somebody has parked. We are that good. To strengthen national harmony as they stir up patriotism. These duties, which are there right in front of you, they arouse our nationalistic feeling. When you hear Vande Mataram, do you have goosebumps? This is the question. So, duties I am leaving to you, because they are, as a citizen of India, you remember how do we get citizenship? It's our duty. Thank you. Keep reviewing.